Hey guys, Andrew Murray here. Just want to touch base with you and teach you about Firefox, okay? Now I'm going to do a clean install of Firefox, show you exactly how that's done and why I'm using that. So for this example, I'm going to be using Safari, and I'm just going to type Firefox in, and it's going to do a search. I'm going to click the button and then just download the latest version of Firefox. So I'm on a Mac. If I was on a PC, you just download and then double click it and you go through the install process. And at that point, it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing different about the Mac is when you open the file that you downloaded, which I'm doing here, you just have to copy it into the applications folder. So you just copy it there, and you'll see that it will copy to the applications folder. Okay, so now you're going to double click it. Okay, and if you don't know how to get back there, you can go to the launch pad and then double click it. So right now we have Safari. Okay, so I'm going to close Safari just to make everything clear, and then I'm going to open Firefox. And I'm not going to import anything, so I'm just going to do a fresh install. Okay. Now the thing to understand with Firefox is there's add-ons, and what add-ons do is they add functionality to Firefox, and it's the same principle as like plugins on your blog. You want to have ones that are useful, and ones that aren't useful, just get rid of. Minimalist. You don't want to have a lot of stuff distracting you. So the thing that a lot of people don't understand about Firefox is there's a couple different toolbars. Okay, so there's a navigation toolbar, okay, and that's that one here, okay. So this shows your address bar and your search, so you always want to have that. Then there's the bookmarks toolbar, and this is where you can bookmark certain things, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to load my bookmarks because I have my bookmarks toolbar synced on all my different computers. So no matter what computer I'm on, I always know where to find stuff. And then the other thing is the add-on bar at the bottom, and certain plugins, display information here. This is really good for SEO stuff. But if you're a new user, you might not really need that add-on toolbar. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a couple of plugins that are really helpful. Now, you're just going to search for Firefox add-ons, okay, and then go to the add-ons directory. And again, you want to think as minimal as possible. A lot of this stuff, if you're not going to really be using it, then you really don't want it, okay. So I'm going to do X marks, okay. And what this does is this just syncs all of my toolbars here, and then we'll be good to go. The bookmark. So that's how you install it. Add to Firefox. Install now. Now some plugins make you restart, and some don't. So basically, what's going to happen is it's going to restart. Okay. The other thing is, if you use this a lot, you might want to drag. If you're on a Mac, might want to drag your icon over, so it's somewhere where you can always see it. And I like keeping it there because I always use it a lot. So click here to finish installing. This is most plugins you don't need to do this for, but I'm just doing this for now. And so it's going to be sync open tabs. I usually don't have it do that. I do not sync the browser history, and I'm just going to select a profile. And what I normally do is I take this off, and then I don't need that, and I don't need that. Okay, so actually, we should have had the open tabs. So I just call this my my MacBook Pro. Okay, because what's going to happen is when you close your browser, then it's gonna sync up. And then again, I don't really need those. All right, now what I want to do is I don't want to merge. I want to keep the data on the server, okay, because that's the stuff that's good. This is a clean install. There's like nothing there. So I'm going to throw away this stuff here and keep the data on the server and discard the data on this computer. All right, so it's going to erase my bookmarks. Great. And in a moment, we'll see. So here we are. We're done. So you can see that I got a my to-do manager, Office Autopilot I got here. There's another project manager, my FB Webinars account, Exit Splash, my Aweber, Pro Tools, that kind of stuff. All right, so that's all done. And then I also have all these bookmarks over here too. If I make this a little bigger, you'll see they just keep going, and I've got a lot. And then I got some that are in different folders and stuff like that. So it just keeps all that stuff for me. Really, really cool. Now I'm going to install Evernote Clipper. If you don't use Evernote, it's just awesome, because rather than having all these text files and stuff, which I used to have on my computer, now I just put it all in Evernote, and boom, it's ready to go. So I'm just going to click that, add to Firefox, and then install that and restart. Okay, cool. So I can, and then the first time I use it, I'm going to have to sign into my account. But basically, like if I want to clip this, highlight it, and then I control click, and then I can go add to Evernote and clip the selection or clip the whole URL. And there we go. All right, so it's going to clip that, and then I can edit that or add a tag or anything like that. All right. So the other thing that's really important to add on is passwords. Passwords are a pain in the butt. Okay, so I used to use what was it, RoboForm, and now I use LastPass, which is actually free. Except if you want to use it, it's $1 a month if you want to use it on your mobile platforms. So again, I just install this, restart it, and we'll be good to go. If you need to create an account, you do that at that time. I've already got one, and I just log into to LastPass. All right, and now that we're logged in, it shows some of the different sites, right? You can keep stuff in folders and all that kind of stuff. But the cool thing is you can log into all the stuff with just one click. So if I just click this, it's going to log me right into my Facebook account without asking me. Or if I go to facebook.com, it's going to prompt me, and I'm going to have however many Facebook logins that I have saved that are right there. It's also great for filling in order forms. So I have my credit cards in this, and basically I can just go in and pay for stuff really quick, and it fills the whole form. So if you're signing up for a lot of forums or you're buying products online, it's going to save you a lot of time. All right, and the last one that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you one other thing before we get into that last one. Okay, for this, what a lot of people don't realize is the internet kind of takes, it filters. Okay, so it's like being censored. Okay, so when you search on Google or you search on Facebook, they're going to filter out most of the data. Particularly with Facebook, because of EdgeRank, they can only show so many people in your feed, so it's the people that you interact with most. And if you look at all your Facebook friends, you'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't heard anything from that person in a while. It's not because they're not posting on Facebook, it's just because it's being filtered out, because Facebook is deciding what they think that you like. And this is going on with advertising. This is also going on with Google, right? So most people don't realize that there's different search verticals that they can search. So let's see, top, personal development books, as an example. All right. So this is unpersonalized. Okay. If I'm logged into my Google account, it's going to give me slightly different things. It's going to favor pages or blogs that people I'm following on Google Plus. It's going to favor them in the rankings, right? So I'm not logged in right now, so you won't see much of a difference. But it's going to be a different on Yahoo. Different set of articles. Same with Bing. Click enter again. Different set. Sid Savara is the top rank there. Same thing with Amazon, or Wikipedia. If I search Amazon, I'm going to get completely different results, right? So this just allows you to use the internet better. But what I think is really important is installing depersonalized search. So I go to Yoast, depersonalized search, and what this does is this will actually search, even if I'm logged into my Gmail, it'll show the ranks as if I'm not. So that's important when you're doing research, because if you're logged in, you're not going to really see an accurate picture of what's going on. So normally I just installed one with AdWords, and then I'm going to install the Google Canada one. Okay, and again, this is important because I'm in Canada. So if I really want to see what's going on in the U.S., I have to force it to go to the U.S. Server. Let's install the one for the U.K. And then what you can do is you can choose these ones down here. So if I choose this one, unpersonalized with American AdWords, that's going to be, basically my main market is the U.S. It's going to show me the U.S. results, because the Canadian results will be a little bit different. So I'm not sure if this will make a difference. We'll see. I'll search for myself in unpersonalized search. Okay. And okay, so I don't see myself there on the first page. Let me see if I show up in Canada. Okay, so here's a great example. My .ca blog, obviously that's the domain of Canada, that shows up under the Canadian search. But if I do a US search, it doesn't. Okay. Now if I do a Google search and it knows I'm not logged into any AdWords account, but it's showing me the Canadian results, okay, because it can tell that my IP is in Canada. And I'll just do the UK just for fun and see what happens. And again, it looks different. What do they have first here? They don't have the preacher. They have the Scottish tennis player, right? He's first. Big call it here. His image is here, and the people also search for showing other tennis players, right? Because this guy is from the UK. So completely different set of results. Doc Murray, I don't think he was in that one. This is .co.uk, and that just shows you, for example, how stuff is being filtered, because totally different. Yeah, okay, it still shows Andy Murray, but I mean he is a small player in relation to this pastor. Completely different results. So that's just why it's important to do that. And I usually leave it on the US as a default, just because that's my main market. All right. So last thing, and I think this is probably one of the most important add-ons, is I'm going to install Reportive. All right. And Reportive, see, most add-ons require a restart. This one doesn't. Reportive. Okay, cool. So it's been installed. Now Reportive, when I go to my Gmail and I'm logged in, Okay. What's going to happen is, okay, what's going to happen is I have this little button reportive here, okay, and let me give you an example. I'm just going to go into some of my leads, okay, and so I have the phone number for that, but if you hover over a link, it's going to actually search and find information about this person on some of the different search engines, right? So if I had a lead that came in and I didn't have a phone number and I didn't ask for what primary company, you know, I would know already that they're in VTEL Wireless. You know, and here's their actual LinkedIn profile. It just puts that there for me right there. You know, and you can kind of see a little bit about Denise. Okay, this is stuff that you wouldn't have if, you know, it wasn't there. All right, so I'm just going to search for some AWeber leads. Okay, so let's see. All right, this is a good example. So this person, I don't know if they're not using that particular email for any social medias, but I can't pull any information from that, you know, and some people you really won't be able to. So it only works for some things. But what I'm going to do is, to set up reportive, what you really want to do is you want to connect your social networks and claim your email addresses. So with this, you know, I've got a bunch of my different email addresses already logged in, and you want to claim those, and you just, you know, would normally add that in. And then it's going to ask me to connect my social networks. So it's connected to my Google Contacts, connected to my LinkedIn, connected to my Facebook, and connected to my Twitter. Okay, and this all remembers it because I had this, you know, operational before I reinstalled Firefox. So we'll try to pull all that data from some of these people. All right. So for these ones, you know, it's you know, that's the problem with doing this stuff live, is oftentimes it doesn't pull people correctly. But for this one, okay, it doesn't have a Facebook, but they're Google Plus. So I can click over to their Google Plus and, you know, get to know this person, or I can add them to, you know, a particular circle. Like, let's say I wanted to add them to that, or I wanted to add them to leads, and then when I'm over in my Google Plus account, you know, I can build a relationship with this person because I know that they've opted in. And there's a couple customer wraplets. This is a great example because this will see that this person in my AWeber account is currently subscribed to my 15K 1 week list. They're on my Easy MM3. They're on my How Leaders Build. They're on my Video SEO 1, and they're on my Zing, my MLM Zing free Facebook method thing. So, you know, this person is on multiple lists, okay? And, you know, you can see, you know, they've been a subscriber since November 11th, and you can see the last message that they got, number 16. You know, for let's see, for this list, you know, last message they got was here's how to get away with. So you can do some serious recon with these with this tool, and, you know, maybe I don't have this person's Facebook account, but I connect with them on Google Plus. But for a lot of people, you'll pull their LinkedIn, you'll pull their Facebook, so you can send them a message and say, hey, you know, just wanted to touch base and all that kind of stuff. And these people are already on your list, so they're already looking at you like, you're someone that can help them. Okay, and then you suddenly just start appearing everywhere. Very, very, you know, cool psychological stuff that we got going on. So anyhow, that's some of the reasons why I use Firefox. Those different things. And okay, you can see this. So it pulls the name Alonzo Wilson Jr. So that's this this person's name, right? So if I wanted to, let me add them now as a contact. You know, because I have their email address, and Alonzo Wilson Jr. Okay, so he's on multiple lists, and you know, it's got the Google profile, and that's all good to go. Now, I mean, if I had a group called, like, let's say leads or something, you know, I could put them, okay, here, I got one lead. So I can put them in a lead category, and then I'd be able to follow up with them because I see that this person is on multiple lists. So there's some really, really cool stuff. I'll just show you some of the, so yeah, I mean, I'll go into the profile here, but I want to add some different wraplets. And a rapplet is basically just like a little app, okay, and some of them are already come with it, right? So LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter are built in, so you just add your profiles, just, you know, what is it? When you do that password, authorize, yeah. But, you know, if you use Highrise or Batchbook or Aweber, so I've added Aweber, right? And that's how I can tell. It checks the email and sees if that email is on any of the lists in any of your Aweber account. So pretty slick. And then Clout, and then I have Mixcloud on, which isn't really that important, and Nimble CRM. So it's really pretty cool, but you know, having this kind of information basically makes you pretty cool. So here's a profile here, so I can edit, you know, some of these things, edit how people see me. So basically, if you want to change the photo, you just use your Gravatar photo, and I have a Gravatar account, so I just change the default photo, go to Gravatar now. That's how people see you. So I could edit these or remove these or add another occupation, or, you know, edit any of these. But basically, I mean, I want to have as many of these as possible on in LinkedIn, because that's how you pimp out your social media. That's how you get the most benefit out of it. You know, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. But I hope you can see why I use Firefox now, and, you know, just what's so powerful about it. And yeah, I mean, just watch the video again, set up Firefox just like I did, and I'll see you in the next training.